Our next guest today is Brad Langford, who is the Solid Waste Coordinator with Washington County Fiscal Court and the manager of the Recycling Center. Welcome, Brad. Now tell me, Brad, what is the Solid Waste Coordinator? What does that do?
The duties of the job. Mm-hmm. We assist Rumpke. They are our franchise garbage hauler. We assist them when they need help tracking down people who haven't paid their bill, or if they need assistance on the roads. The road department supervisor, Dale Mann, he helps them out quite a bit when they get in a jam with a truck or what have you, or trees down, just anything like that. And we have to enforce illegal dumping, littering, which is
that a big issue?
It is to me, but it's not near as bad as it was years ago. Most people know that there are places to dispose of your waste and your debris. You know, we've got the transfer station and the CD&D landfill at St. Rose Loretta Road. People can take stuff there. We don't find near as many couches and tires. You know, they used to litter the roadsides, but we take tires at the recycling center free of charge.
Oh, you do?
Yes, from individuals, not from businesses.
Right, right.
There's just a lot of different areas that get covered.
That used not to, of course. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you take tires, and so you don't see. Do you have to drive around and check out
yes.
if people are dumping and things
Yes.
of that nature?
And the road department personnel, or any person, can call if they see illegal dumping. They can call me or the sheriff's office.
Okay.
I utilize the sheriff's department quite a bit in my job.
So I guess if someone is dumping, then you want to find who's responsible for that, and I imagine they're charged with the crime.
They can be, yes, they can be. We had two just about a month ago that one of them was for criminal littering, and the other one was for illegal dumping on another man's property, and both individuals were fined $500 plus court cost. So it's expensive, and it's against the law, and it's just not good for the environment.
Of course not. And do people ever go to jail for?
Not on. Yeah, I guess they can if they don't pay the fines or go to court. Yeah, you could go to jail if it was bad enough. I guess if it was bad enough and big enough. It could. Several years ago, there was an instance of a large dump site somebody had burned, and I think it was pretty pricey for that individual or company.
Are you in charge once? Say, what if people are dumping hazardous kinds of materials? Now, does that involve you?
Not so much the hazardous materials. The Environmental Protection Agency covers that. I'm not qualified for hazardous materials, and we can't dispose of them.
Okay, okay. Well, so tell me some of the things that people can bring to the recycling center.
Recycling center, we take paper, cardboard, aluminum cans, metal, 1, 2, and 3s on plastics. That'd be your milk jugs, laundry detergent, soda bottles, ketchup, mustard, stuff like that. Microwave trays, we can't really, they've stopped taking those. Plastic film, they don't really take that anymore. We just have to trash it. We do take shopping bags, you know, the Walmart and IGA.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do. They accept those. We bail those separately. E-scrap, electronic scrap, computers, TVs, radios, vacuum cleaner, anything that basically plugs in, we can recycle that. There's a company in Ohio that we send that out to.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Of course, we
I've got a
get,
vacuum cleaner sitting in my house right now.
You should probably use it.
I don't want to do that.
We get 10 inmates daily from the Marion County Detention Center, and we could not do what we do without them. They do a lot of hard work sorting through that material and baling it up and shipping it out. And we also do some roadside pickups, you know, for litter. Sometimes they get bad. Isaiah House does the bulk of it. We get a grant from the state, and they pick up about 400 miles of roads per year in this county.
So you pay the Isaiah House through your grant
Yes, ma'am.
to pick up a roadside trash.
Litter.
Roadside litter.
And that's something there that's just, before I had this job, I never really noticed it, but it's everywhere. And I wish people would stop. The Mountain Dew bottles with dip in them, the McDonald's stuff, I would ask that you just wait till you get where you're going and throw it away there. But it's awful.
I think once, I mean, of course, I've helped New Pioneers pick up trash once a year. That you all sponsor that and pay different nonprofit clubs
We will.
and organizations so much money to pick up along the roadside.
Yes, ma'am.
For so many miles per mile, or and so I have done that numerous times through the years and picked up trash along the roadside. And it's just amazing to me how people still litter. And there's a fine for littering if you're caught.
Jackie Robinson from the Sheriff's Department says it's one of the hardest things to catch somebody doing. But when they do, they stick it to them. I mean, they give them a ticket. They don't stick it to them.
And then they have a fine to pay in court,
Right.
which they should. And I think if you ever picked up trash a time or two along the roadside, you would know not to litter anymore, because it is just unbelievable.
And a lot of it's recyclable. What's thrown out is the bad thing.
Yeah.
And styrofoam, we don't accept styrofoam. We can't recycle it.
Yeah.
The only proper way, you know, if you put it in a landfill, it takes forever to decompose. There's an incinerator that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars that we will never have. But that's the only proper way to dispose of styrofoam. They haven't devised a way that I know of yet to tear it down and rebuild it the way you can with plastic bottles.
I wish they would quit making that altogether. And I discourage people from buying it because it doesn't disintegrate.
Well, okay.
Am I right?
Yes, right. Yes, ma'am.
So now, when you say plastics 1, 2, and 3, you know, for those people that don't, there's a little symbol on the a triangle with the number in it on the bottom of the plastic containers and things. So 1, 2, 3, you all can accept.
Yeah, when you get up in the 5, 6, and 7s, the place that we sell to doesn't accept them, so we can't really bale them up and get rid of them. Everything that we ship out has to be baled, and it can't shatter. You know, plastic bottles, when you bale them, they stay together. If you bale rigid plastics, they just shatter, and the company we deal with won't accept them.
Now, so when you bale these, where do they go? What's this company?
Rumpke. Well, Rumpke is our broker.
Okay.
They provide. They take it to their Smurf plant, which is a big recycling plant down in Louisville, and they group it with other plastics, you know, from where they have gathered it. And I don't know exactly where it goes from there, but they are who we deal with.
Okay. So you deal with them on all your products, all your recycle?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We probably could not do it properly without their assistance.
Well, now, So, when you take it to the recycling center, you don't even have to separate it. We
No,
don't.
No, you don't. We're
You-
looking into maybe down the line having bins outside that are labeled
Uh-huh.
and cutting down on the sorting the labor inside the building. But it's something we're still trying to figure out how to do properly. A lot of places, like over at the City of Lebanon, they have theirs drop off. They're only open during the daytime. You know, it's pretty convenient at 8 o'clock to go down here and put your stuff out. But you'd have to have it, if it was open late, you'd have to have it well lit. And, you know, there are people who do abuse that privilege. They throw their garbage in there. So,
Really?
oh, yeah.
So people come out to
Oh, yeah.
to the recycling center and dump their garbage?
And their recycling trailers that we have at Mackville, the Berg, and Willisburg. Yeah, just this morning at Willisburg there was drywall and wood in the recycling trailer. We can't recycle that. So some people do take advantage of a good program.
Yeah. There's always those people that are going to abuse it, aren't they?
And fiscal court and the judge, they're behind the recycling, and I mean it's a good program.
Yeah.
Because it serves a good purpose and it helps the environment.
Right. And so now, so there are those centers in Willisburg, Mackville. I know at the Willisburg School
At the school, it's Mackville Community Center.
and the
There's a
Mackville
trailer.
Community Center. There's a
And
trailer
Down at the Berg Park.
at the Berg Park, and then is there another out at St. Rose or no?
That's just the
Okay.
CD&D landfill.
Okay, so people can take their recyclables there, and then you all pick them up
Yep.
and take them out to the main center, which is out
190 Industry Drive.
190 Industry Drive. I always stop in on my way to the dollar store
And that's
because it's right behind the dollar store. So that's when I stop and bring my recyclables, then stop at the dollar store. But I wondered because my son was telling me the other day that, Mom, you can't take these batteries out there. I said, Brad told me I can take my batteries.
we do accept batteries. Yes.
Now, do they need to be? He said they should be encased in something.
Not so much if you're bringing them to us.
Okay.
We could, we did have a company that took them, but they're out of business, and we're trying to find another company that'll take them.
Okay. Any size battery.
Any size battery. Car batteries, yeah.
Car batteries too.
Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, I'm just talking about my little
That'd be fine. We'll take them.
C's and D's and.
We take them too.
Okay. Well, now, is there a demand, Brad, for these products, and is our recycle center making money?
Oh no, the recycling center's not profitable, but there is you're supposed to think of it as it's helping the environment. It's keeping it out of the waste stream.
Right.
Because eventually one day we're going to run out of room, and we're going to run out of, oil one day, which is what plastic comes from. Plastic is fairly cheap. Your soda bottles and stuff, you get about 13 cents a pound for that stuff. Paper's about a penny a pound. Cardboard, which was our absolute, we handle more of that than anything. About 18 months ago, it was $120 a ton. It's at $65 right now. Metal, of course, everybody knows metal's dropped. It was $220 last year. It's $45 right now per ton. So all of our most profitable commodities have dropped half or more, especially metal. Glass is worth absolutely nothing. It cost us to get rid of it.
Really?
One of the most recyclable materials, nobody wants it. Nobody uses it. And really the only people that do use it are your Anheuser-Busch and Miller and places like that. Now Rumpke they take our glass for us. And they have.
Does it make any difference if the glass is broken?
No,
It doesn't?
no.
See, it used to, you had to be careful not to.
Well, you
But
don't want to cut yourself. You know, if you're drunk and stumbling around, you want to be careful not to cut yourself.
That's true. Don't want to have to go to the emergency room in the middle of the night.
Or see Dr. Billings. You know.
So, yeah, Dr. Billings, he's probably, yeah, he'll take care of it. So they'll take that even though you're not making, but do you make enough to break even?
Close, but no.
Close, but no.
No, it's financially, it is a.
It's a service to the community and
It's a
to our
service,
environment.
and it's a good service.
It's a great
It's a
service.
good service. But we've cut costs about as far as we can. And like I say,
Well, heck, you
the
get off.
judge and the fiscal court, as long as, and our judge he's a big recycler. He's started it, I believe. And George Ann, she was Miss Palmer. She did a lot of it.
Well, when Mike was mayor, he started the curb recycling in the city, and that was a great thing. And of course, I know the residents of the county don't get that service at this point, but maybe one of these days.
It would be tough to offer countywide service like that. The trailers are about your best option. That's what most counties utilize. And it'd be Washington County's big, and if you don't get out there and get in it, there's a lot of places.
And so, do you think how many people? What would be the percentage, do you think, of the people in the county that do
Just
recycle?
guessing, I would say probably between 30 and 40%.
That's wonderful. Be nice if that would increase. I mean, would that be to our benefit to have increased recycling?
Sure.
I mean, not only for the environment, but for
Well,
profit-wise?
you can look at it, well,
I don't.
I don't know about profit-wise. You can look at it this way. Your garbage bill, a lot of it's based on tonnage. And the more tons you take out, the more it costs you. So if you drop your tonnage, and we do have some of the best garbage rates in the state through Rumpke. But you keep your tonnage down, you keep your.
So the more you recycle, the less stuff we're going to have to put in the dump, and so the better that price will be.
Sure. And of course, fuel costs are going down, so that helps.
I think if people ever went out to the dump one time and saw all the stuff out at the dump, I think they would recycle everything they could possibly recycle, because you think all this land is used for dumping.
Well, now these landfills are going up. They're asking they're just going higher and higher up.
The prices.
No, not the price.
What do you
I'm
mean?
talking about the landfills are going.
Oh, you mean the actual trash in it is
they have to
rising.
Yeah, they see up in Ohio and Pennsylvania. There's 2 or 3 contained landfills, and they've asked the FFA. They're going up. I mean, they have
because they've run out of land, so they have to just go up. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It is.
And scary.
It is scary. I think if people knew just how scary it was, and then they would be more inclined to, because New Pioneers focuses on less packaging, buying locally, using less cardboard, plastic, etc., less plastic bags, less using your own shopping bag, which I do religiously. I have my own shopping bags I keep in my car that I take with me to the grocery and to the store. Because I mean, those little things. I think if everybody did them, they could make a difference.
They sure do.
So I don't think it'll ever keep you from having a job, but
No.
but I think every little bit helps. Yeah. So do you have any recommendations for people that
Just recycle all you can.
mm-hmm.
I would like to say your live Christmas trees, after you're done with them, you can bring them to the recycling center and set them outside. We're gonna chip them up and use them as compost down there at the landfill.
Oh, great.
We're gonna run a thing in the Springfield Sun about it
Okay.
in a little brief section. I don't even know
Okay.
how many live trees get used anymore.
Well, and I suppose that would include live wreaths because, and you
Sure,
know, one
sure.
of the gardening clubs, the Master Gardeners, they made live wreaths, and I think maybe one of the other clubs sold them for Christmas.
Well, I'd like to point out this was Dale Mann's idea. I'm just executing it. So if
Okay.
it all goes wrong, it's his fault.
Well, I think that's
Well,
great.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. And so you have any other recommendations for people? Not to dump, of course, along the roadsides.
Don't dump, don't litter.
Don't litter.
Pay your garbage bill.
Pay your garbage bill. And we'll put another good word in for Rumpke because they do.
They do offer, and it's you don't appreciate them till they don't show up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you imagine a month of no trash service? How bad it would be.
Yeah.
It's a pretty vital service.
And we want to thank the Marion County Adjustment Center Detention Center, for bringing, for allowing the inmates to come and
Barry Brady, Brandon Wilson, and Neil Caldwell. They're the ones that make it happen over there.
Yep, they run a good operation over there.
I mean, there's a lot of people to thank.
Yeah.
There really is.
And we thank our judge and our fiscal court and Dale and
You better thank me for coming.
you
I mean,
for being here.
I missed lunch.
Of course.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it though, Brad. I really do.
Well, sure.
So, and so thanks for all your efforts. And if anybody wants to call you and talk with you about any of these services, how can they reach you?
The phone number is 859-336-7700. And if I'm not there, the answer machine will pick up.
And you'll get back with them.
Sure will.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas to you,
Well,
Brad.
same to you.
And thanks for being on here.
Yes, ma'am.